You know what? Have you ever been to Twitch?
Have I ever been Twitch? Yes, actually. Yeah, I think around during the summer, pretty much this whole summer. Like I just got really bored, and my brother was just watching his friend play GTA on Twitch. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna just watch the stream. And I was like, okay, yeah, like I have watched Twitch before for other live streams, I think, and yeah,
Well, I really like going to Twitch. Sure, I can't always do it, but when I do, I just like to have fun. And I know some people watch it to see the tournaments,
yeah,
like Dota, or what else it's called, like World of Warcraft. Some of the big massive multiplayer online games, and then there's and then there was one time when yours truly actually invited you to a stream.
yes, yes,
Before I let you weigh in your thoughts on it, the person that I'm talking about is the man known as Eternal Shinobi. Very cool guy, actually, and I remember I was looking for places. I was looking to what is it? Play online on Mario Kart 8,
yeah,
and he popped up, and my first impression of him is that he just it's like it was as if, even though I hadn't been around him as long for up to that point, I
right,
really felt at home when I was at the stream, and it was like, wow. And then I kept attending the stream more and more and more and more. I enjoy it, and I also made a new set of friends, of which Candy is from. That's how I met Candy.
yeah, yeah.
But and then we took you to the stream. So with that said, what did you think of it?
It was pretty interesting. Like it was fun.
Well, that's the point, is to have fun.
Yeah,
I really enjoy it, and in fact, anybody that has Twitch, do check it out, man. I'm talking to the viewers, by the way.
yeah, yeah,
Do check that out. It's incredible. Of course, you just have to make sure you have the games first and foremost. But other than that, uh, do check it out. And if you have any other games, you can go to Twitch and then find the game that you're looking for, and then just go from there.
yeah,
That's what I really like about it. But I'm really happy that you enjoyed it when we took you there, me and
yeah,
Candy.
yeah.
So, do you have anything to ask me?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Hmm. Well, oh, okay. How about this? What do you have any favorite sports that you watch?
Favorite sports?
Yeah,
I would say
don't be shy.
I would say football.
You can also include pro wrestling if you want. I
Yeah,
consider it a sport sometimes. But
yeah,
football. Wait, which football? American football?
yes.
Okay.
American football.
Okay. So yeah, American football is awesome. Although, I do watch it, but not to the level that I did during the first half of the 2000s.
Yeah,
And even before that, I really enjoyed it, and I just think that, with the current rules as they are, I get that you want to protect your players, and that's fine. I don't mind that, but I think sometimes the rules are a little bit too strict, if you know what I mean. I mean, you had to expect to get hurt. Now, I understand you have to protect against concussions. I'm okay with those rules.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure you're all right with it too, but I'm like, what happened to the touchdown celebrations, man? I really love those.
Yeah.
As well as the fact that, like, if you watch a game now and then you watch a game like 10, 15, 20 years ago, you realize how much fun people were having. Not just those in attendance, but also the players themselves were having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and it's not quite as fun as it is now. But that's just my opinion, though. But if you like it, more power to you, and I sincerely mean that. And oh, you're playing with your Wii U?
No, I'm just checking on it. Sometimes it shuts off about hours. I'm just checking so it doesn't turn off because I'm trying to record some for the time being, like an important Let's Play for the future of this year.
Well, well, you don't have to tell me because I know it's a secret.
Yeah. It's a secret to everybody.
Yes, it's a secret even to me, so that tells you something. And I'm
Right.
talking to the viewers, by the way.
Yes.
I'll tell you my favorite sport.
Okay.
I figure, I don't think I did that in, believe it or not, my guest actually interviewed me, but I don't think he ever asked me what my favorite sport is, but I may as well just to get that out of the way, and that's hockey.
Okay.
Ice hockey, I love it. It's about as physical as football, but it's fast paced, constant motion, constant movement, and the puck. I know some people may not be able to keep up with the puck, but I like it. I really like the fact that it's so intense because it's like if you're down by 2 or 3, you don't have much of a chance, but anything can happen. And that's what I like about it, though. There's a couple of other things that go with it, but that's practically the gist of it, really.
Game Walkthroughs 22, like he used to be known as Game Walkthroughs 2, but no. He accidentally deleted his old account, which was Game Walkthroughs 2.
Added 2
He accidentally deleted Google Plus, which somehow deleted his account and all of his videos. So he made a new account called TehJew22.
Oh wow!
I mean, Game Walkthroughs 22. I mean, Game Walkthroughs 22.
What?
No, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That was a mistake by my part. And there was this other guy who I also did versus stuff with. This guy Tsubiyoshi, aka the Dennis Empire.
I'm pretty sure I can find some of these channels on your channel, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to check them out when I get a chance to. Anybody else?
I think there's like one more. There's these guys that I got. Have not. That I wanted to do collaborations with. These guys called the Wolfpack 400, and they're kind of similar to we like to pray a little bit.
Yeah.
But they do a lot of like 4-player games. Like they do a lot of Nintendo ones. I think like the most recent one. I think they did the early. They had like an early copy of the Yoshi game that just came out recently. Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's their most recent ones that they have done.
Wow,
so,
that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'll have to check them out. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't seen their stuff to form an opinion, sadly. But I'll have to check them out.
Okay.
That being said, I have a few friends. I think I've mentioned some guy by the name of Konisbored. I don't know if you've seen any of his work.
I don't think I have. I don't know if I heard of him.
Oh, well, that's fine. But he's a good guy, and then there's LPGrodus. LPGrodus. I also call him many names like the Frog because, well, his picture, his channel icon for the longest time was Frog from Chrono Trigger,
Oh,
but and the fact that he had it, especially when he went to the fact that he had an account on a forum in Swedish, obviously because he's from Sweden.
yeah,
Uh, like he already had the name Grodus, but when you translate Grodus into Swedish, it's loosely translated as Gruda.
oh,
So that's pretty much where people started calling him a frog.
okay,
And rather than get upset about it, he ran with it, and in fact, he doesn't even mind if you call him a frog.
oh,
It just like I don't mind being called a toad.
right, yeah.
Speaking of which, you know what? What do you think of my channel icon?
I would say like, uh, it's a little bit cool. Like, it feels kind of like that Toad is just about ready to like just immediately want to like murder somebody with like ultimate like powers coming out of his hands.
Those are ice balls.
Oh, ice balls, yeah, or freeze somebody, yeah.
I mean, then again, I have. I mean, I used to do a motif, which was where I would sing "I'm as cold as ice"
Ah,
from by by Foreigner. That's it. I almost forgot the
yeah,
name of the band for a moment. But I used to do that as a motif. I kind of dropped that just a little bit over the summer because, well, even though I got my powers back, so to speak, I was never really the same after this previous summer. But I mean, I don't want to go into it, if only because it's a bit too personal. Not so much for me, but for but for everybody else involved. And I don't want to mention any further than that. But other than that, I really do like Toad's that particular picture because it just matches me really.
yeah.
But and then as far as your picture, may
Yes.
as well talk about that.
Yes. My picture. My picture, like it's pretty much like I was like around the time like around 2008. That was like around like I believe when Lego Batman started to come out. I believe so. I just like okay. I think if I'm gonna have the cool, awesome channel icon, I should have it just be just Batman because I'm somewhat of a Batman fan. And yeah, like I wanted to try to like to do other games like more like games that come out on release date. Like I wanted to do like Lego Batman, but I really did not had to at the time because we didn't have like I didn't have a YouTube. I didn't have YouTube at the time. Like so yeah. But the icon is just like it fit perfectly. I was like okay, like I, I did have an original icon back around 2011. It was just like I made like a Lego Fries character that looked kind of similar. I used that originally, but then I just stopped using that one and just straight up just used my Batman one that I used a long time ago. So yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember watching the Batman movies in the 1990s.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was like part of a trilogy at the time by what's it called? What's his name? Something Burton.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. That's it.
Yeah.
I think the first one was done by Tim Burton, but then the other ones were done by someone else.
Joel Schumacher.
Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me. I was like, Because I knew that the one in 1989 was done by Tim Burton. That much I knew.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a good movie, but it was scary as hell, man. It was like, ugh. And then,
yeah. Same with the second one, Batman Returns, that had the Penguin. He also directed that one. That one too was also dark.
oh, I was thinking of what's his face, Two Faced, and the Joker. I mean, that one was pretty, scary. But the third one, I really liked the third one with Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
That was one of my favorites, and I loved it. It was really good. But I did see little parts of the one with Heath Ledger as the Joker.
yeah,
It was really sad that he died, man.
yeah.
I mean, what do you think of Heath Ledger at that time?
Uh, um, I would say like I liked him as the Joker. Like that was like the best part about that movie. But like I know that he did like other movies as well. Like I think he did like a one called The Brothers Grimm, I think. But yeah, through that movie, the the Dark Knight one with Heath Ledger as the Joker. Yeah, like I would say like he would do it. He did a pretty good job as him as the Joker. It's just mind blown that everyone was just amazed how like he did like a perfect job like as like the most insane Joker
Yeah,
on the planet. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, I've seen like what Jack Nicholas as the Joker. I mean, he was okay, but as crazy as he was kind of like perverted crazy.
yeah,
Like Heath Ledger, on the other hand, he is just simply demented.
yeah,
Like, I mean, if I had to choose between the two of them, I would probably pick Heath Ledger because, one thing that, well, not Heath Ledger, but rather the Joker as he portrayed,
yeah.
the demented Joker, he kind of reminds me of Mankind the Wrestler. I know. I don't know if you know who Mankind the Wrestler is.
But I know many others, but I maybe I might somewhat know heard of that one. Yeah.
Mick Foley, that's the guy's real name, and
Ah.
yeah, whenever I think of Heath Ledger Joker, I immediately think of Mankind when he first debuted, and like I remember when I was just a very very small toad. I mean, we were just coming off of WrestleMania 12 at the time. That was when Shawn Michaels won the Well, I was going to say WWE, but I should say the World Wrestling Federation Championship
Yeah.
against Bret Hart in that Iron Man match that was like an hour.
Ah.
It's simply a time limit match where you have to go to the time limit, and whoever has the most points or decisions is the champion, and it ended 1-0 in overtime.
Oh.
The match itself lasted 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 48 seconds.
Oh.
So yeah, that went like 3 minutes and 48 seconds into overtime. So that's pretty much what happened. But then I remember watching Mankind for the first time, and it was like, whoa, what kind of guy is this? It's like, I didn't know whether to be scared or whether to be like, I was just dumbfounded. But, and then later on, I couldn't understand what goes through the mind of Mankind, but then again, to be fair, I was just a child at the time. But yeah, like, whenever I watch Mankind, like, especially with the, watching it now, yeah, I can understand where he's going from, and it's like, I'm kind of going through that myself.
Yeah.
In a way, I mean, maybe not to the point where I'm hurting myself or hurting other people,
Yeah.
just like Heath Ledger Joker did.
Yeah.
And yet, for some reason, you kind of get where he's going.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, not to spoil too much of the Joker in that movie, because I don't want to spoil it too much, but you, like, I'm pretty sure you've seen it enough times to realize what the Joker's really up to.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's the thing about villains. They don't make them. They don't make them the way they used to. And I think Heath Ledger's Joker was probably the last of a dying breed. And you know, they don't make villains the way they used to.
Yeah.
Because most villains are just there to be evil for the sake of being evil. I mean, that sort of thing worked probably in the earliest days of Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Like, you can get away with that back then, but nowadays it's like they kind of reverted back to that, because before that, I mean, they had reasons were for the villains. I mean, let's see. I'm trying to think of villains. At least for Disney. Who's your favorite?
I think favorite villain, man. Let's see.
Or you can go to Batman if you want.
I would say like probably
You can name more than one if you want.
I would say like Captain Hook.
Captain Hook, of course. All right. Do you know why he wanted revenge?
He wanted revenge because Peter Pan cut his hand off.
Yeah. So his reason for being what he is because he wants revenge.
Yes.
And I was thinking also of Stinky Pete from Toy Story 2.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that his reasoning was the fact that...
Oh, you mean Toy Story 3, you mean?
No.
No. Oh, yeah. Toy Story 2, yeah.
Toy Story 2, he was upset that he watched every toy being sold and not him, and the fact that he wanted to be recognized as part of the what is it, as part of the Sheriff Woody collection. And
yeah,
I remember that. I was like, I get where he's coming from, and you know, there's a lot of things that are just not fair.
Yeah, I think the one that I was trying to think of, I think it was like the bear from Toy Story 3.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I get his reasoning that he was abandoned.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, it really is sad when, you know, when you just get left behind.
Yeah.
I mean, I could talk about it for me, but I don't think this is not the time or place to do it. But I'm pretty sure there were times when you got left behind by something or someone, or mainly someone, I should say. But I mean, it's not fun to be lonely.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's I mean, I've seen this very often where people are just lonely and they want someone to be friends with.
Yeah.
Which, oh, you know what that reminds me of? Okay, I don't know if you are old enough to know, but have you ever heard of a guy by the name of Ernest? You know, as in Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yes.
Ernest P. Worrell. That's his.
Yes.
That's the guy's full name.
Yeah.
Portrayed by Jim Varney, who, oddly enough, portrayed the Slinky Dog in the first two movies.
Oh. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. He actually did. He did the first two movies, and then of course, well, he died sadly.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the guy named Ernest?
Hmm. Huh. I would say like, it's just that it's been so long since I watched some of his movies, man. I would say hmm, like I would say like he's a cool guy, cool talent. He's like a talented actor, yeah.
Oh, Jim Varney.
Jim Varney, yeah.
Jim. I may as well talk about him since I'm the most familiar with him, and but then again, I am old, so what else is new? But no, not just kidding. But as far as Jim Varney or Ernest, the character Ernest is concerned, Jim, he was. I really enjoyed his work. I mean, especially as Ernest, because even though Ernest was a character that he created, the fact that his creation was a man unto himself, that just goes to show how great Ernest was.
Yeah.
But as far as Ernest, I really could not stop laughing at some of the commercials. Like, he did commercials before he started making movies. So that's pretty much how Ernest came about. I mean, it didn't just come out of nowhere and he started making movies. No, he did commercials like for local products like throughout the 80s and throughout the 90s up until his death, sadly.
Yeah.
Like for example, I'll just give you one example and then we'll go to another topic. But
Okay.
he did one for McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
So what happened was, he was in his pickup truck, about ready to pick up his food.
Okay.
I would have to assume he already paid for it, but at the first window, you know how they have two windows at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that Vern, aka the one holding the camera. In fact, the one holding the camera is assumed to be Vern, his best friend Vern.
Right.
He would be like, "Hey Vern," and then whatever it is that he wanted to get his attention with. And in this commercial, it was like, "Hey Vern, nice to see you got yourself a real job with a big corporation," says Ernest.
Okay.
And he says, "I saw your sign out, and I'll have 5 billion to go, and a Diet Coke. I'm trying to watch my weight, if you know what I mean." And then he looks at Vern, and you know how the employees have a little hat,
Yeah.
and then Ernest says, of all the things he could have said, he says, "And Vern, I like your little hat." And then she just laughs, and then he grabs the food from Vern, and then he just leaves laughing. I gotta show you. I gotta show that one. I'll have to put a link into the description because you got to see that one. That is funny as hell.
Okay.
It's very simple but very funny. In fact, some of the commercials are not as funny these days, but that's all I have to say about it. Let's see. Anything else we could talk about?